What's up guys, Irie here, and I know that intro style is used in other YouTubers' channels, but I don't care much for originality, so that's okay. So basically, I'm making this video for all the new players making the jump to next gen for the newly released NHL 16. I'm basically making this video to explain the ESHL club settings and the player rank. So basically all the menu options related to NHL 16 club. If you're looking for player build info and details on what different builds' strengths and weaknesses are, you might want to search for a different video because I'm only really touching on club settings and player rank in this video. Okay, let's start it out. Okay, we got EA Sports Hockey League. Now, basically, there are some missing features I want to explain. Most of you know you can't customize your player other than equipment and tape color, so there are no custom builds, no more player height and weight. All you can really customize is the player name and info, which is kind of lame, but you know, if you can get over that, it is kind of nice that, you know, if you're a competitive person like myself, all the players kind of have the same starting classes as everyone else, so it's kind of like an even playing field as far as, you know, if you're really competitive and you don't like those old school cheese shotters and those old school people that have like the really fast tiny skater that can just skate past everyone, this kind of eliminates that, which is the nice thing about it. Okay, let's start off by just going through all these. This is the online seasons. This is where you go if you want to get onto the dressing room and just start a club game. And just go to play game. Playoffs, they haven't happened yet, so I don't qualify to start them yet, so I can't show you that. But basically you go to the bench, and this is where you all meet up and pick your positions. Alright, so that's that. Oh, another thing I wanted to say is, as far as making the club, you can't really make custom jerseys or logos anymore. I don't think they had enough time to add that stuff in. All you can do is choose existing teams in existing leagues, which is a little disappointing, but hopefully it won't matter for most of the people that are only interested in gameplay and advancing their club in the ranks and winning playoff cups, which is pretty much what I like to do. So basically, we'll go to the club settings first. Now, when you're creating the club, you have all these options. You got the club play-by-play name, which is kind of cool but kind of weird. They got a bunch of preset names that the announcers call your team on the ice while you're playing, which is it can be kind of annoying because some of them are a little weird. I'll show you. I mean, look, you got stuff like Fearless, Freezers. There's just like a bunch of weird names that are just odd. I think there's even a really stupid one called hashtag hockey. Yeah, that one. We played against the team that had that one, and all we kept hearing was hashtag hockey, hashtag hockey. It was just really obnoxious after a while, so that's cool and a little annoying at times, depending on what name you pick. Okay, so look, you got region, basically just what region you prefer to search in. Your language, that's self-explanatory. Your logo, which I said before you can't customize, you just have to pick a team that already exists. City, this is also part of the play-by-play. They do call your city that you pick in-game, so they will refer to your team as Newark or whoever the city that you pick, which is kind of cool. Club membership, we'll get to this later. Public and private, we'll get to that later. I'll explain it. I have a whole rant on that one. Accepting members, yes and no. So basically, if it's yes, you can your GM can accept people in, or if it's no, it's locked with the players you have, and nobody else can even request to join, which is kind of weird. And then the rest of these are just match settings, which is really self-explanatory. It's just like last year with you know, what you prefer to search for. So basically, there's the club, and then there's drop-ins, and there are no more community lobbies, which is kind of annoying. I used to like doing community lobbies, especially when I was playing with people that I didn't know that well, or people that were not as hardcore as my core team. So basically, there's only the drop-in section with quick match and invite a friend. So the difference between these two is quick match is just your basic, like your old school drop-ins, your traditional drop-ins. You just click on this and you're into a random game lobby. Invite friend is basically private EASHL friends only. So you can only really invite people on your list, and you can't make it public. Quick match is the only way to get into a random game to practice, as there is no practice mode in club, yet another missing feature that I forgot to mention. And if you're one of those people that like to play drop-ins or community games with friends and to practice, it's going to be tough for you because the only way to do that is to get into a party chat with them and time a drop-in countdown. So that's kind of annoying, but it works pretty well, and sometimes it might take a few tries to get it to work. I think this is to encourage more people to play club games and to discourage, I don't know, trolling, I guess. I honestly don't know why they took away lobbies. It's kind of a pet peeve of mine. But either way, drop-ins are for individual practice. Invite friend matches are only for friends, and there's no current way to make an invite friend match public. I don't know if that's a bug or if that's just the way they wanted it. These are matches for fun, or if you want to play against another team. Yes, they took away club challenges, yet another missing feature. So that pretty much covers drop-ins. Now I'm going to go back to talking about club. So basically, club is my preferred game mode. Club is pretty fun to make an overall record and to try and rank up to Division 1 and collect playoff trophies. That's pretty much why I love it. One thing I wanted to touch on, because I searched YouTube and web and I couldn't find anything about all these settings and what is possible. So club hopping. Basically, if you're anything like me, you might have a couple of clubs you like to bounce between. I personally have a core team of hardcore players that I've won numerous elite cups with in the past. And for all you new players, elite cups are only possible in Division 1. I have my casual team of longtime real friends who may not be as hardcore as my core team or just kind of new to the series. So in the past, EASHL on last gen, you couldn't just hop clubs back and forth. After joining a new club, you had to wait an hour before joining to another club again. That's not the case anymore because there is no time limit anymore. You can club hop as fast as you want now, which I like. Also, relating to this, I'm going to point out another missing feature which kind of irritates me. Club joining and accepting requests. You only have two options, public and private. Okay, so public, ridiculously enough, means anyone, even people you aren't friends with, can join your club. Kind of a free-for-all style of setting. I personally don't like this because it opens up trolls for joining your club and fucking up your record. I never use this public setting. Then there's private, which is self-explanatory. You can request to join the club and only the GM can accept them in. This also means there is no GM's friends only setting, meaning you can't just have friends list people join automatically, which is what I prefer. Now, for me, when I club hop, I'm on every day, and not everyone I play with is on every day, so it's kind of hard to separate the people I play with, because that means I have to have second accounts. I have one second account 3 months that I paid for, and then I have a third account that is my 14-day trial that came with my Xbox. And I basically use these clubs to accept myself and my separate friends into different clubs. It's kind of obnoxious because I can't just have GM friends only join automatically. I have to do it manually and accept everybody in. So basically, I'm either spending extra money or I'm using people's 14-day trials to keep separate clubs separate. So that's the annoying little gripe I have with this setting. I don't know if in the future NHLs they're going to add the GM's friends only setting, but I really hope they do. So other than that little rant, club is a pretty fun mode and it's the way to go. Okay, so the last thing I wanted to talk about was player level and player badges. Now your player level is, if you look at the top right of my screen, I'm a level 20 on my main account. So when you play EASHL or club games, you can do various things to rank up your level. I want to emphasize that player level doesn't mean or do anything to improve your player. It's purely bragging rights and for other players to gauge how good you may or may not be, or just more often than not, just how much of the game mode you play. I'm opening player badges real quick just to show you how to level your player up. So basically you have a couple categories. You score goals, and every certain amount of goals you can level up. You can get assists, every so many assists. You can complete deeks, and you can just plain complete games. You don't even have to win, just complete games. And there's also a separate one down here for 6-man club games played, which I haven't done yet because I don't play with goalies. But basically, you can do these different things in drop-ins and club, and it all counts for your player. So you can level up just doing drop-ins by yourself if you really want. So basically, if you match against someone who's level 60, it doesn't necessarily mean he's the best player. It could just mean he's played a shitload of drop-ins, which are notoriously easier than actual club games. But then again, he could also be good at club. It just means he's really good at scoring. So in conclusion, if you're still new or on last gen and you're not sure if you want to make the jump to current gen console, I hope this video helps you understand the possibilities of EASHL in the current gen NHL 16. Alright guys, happy goal scoring and take it easy, huh?